Hello once again from the beautiful Swiss town and indeed film festival of Locarno, and I'm speaking to you post-swim, naturally, from the northern shore of Lake Maggiore because, you know, who wouldn't? On now to a very entertaining festival film. From the freezing heart of Fargo country in snowy Minnesota comes a quite outrageously enjoyable suspense thriller, The Dead of Winter, starring Emma Thompson. And I hadn't realised until now what a treat it would be to see Emma handle a pistol with a scope and also demonstrate where on the body exactly you can get shot and still keep moving. The Dead of Winter has an old-school barnstorming brashness, some edge-of-the-seat tension, a mile-wide streak of sentimentality, a dash of broad humour, and a horrible flourish of the macabre. Brian Kirk directs, from a script by screenwriters Nicholas Jacobson Larson and Dalton Lee. Thompson turns up the accent dial to play a neighbourly and good-natured Minnesota widow who, with her recently deceased husband, recently ran a fishing supply store and, like him, was keen on ice fishing. Her late husband sweetly took her on an ice fishing trip on a certain remote lake for their first date. Bittersweet flashbacks bring home the memory of that. And it is to this lake that she must now come, on a sad mission to scatter his ashes. But having not visited for quite some years, she's got a bit lost. Thompson finds herself pulling into a very strange property to ask directions, to hear disquieting sounds from the building's interior, and to see a very peculiar man, played by Mark Menchaca, chopping wood in front of a sickeningly vivid splash of blood on the snow. The man curtly explains, in response to her tactless inquiry, that this is due to a, quote, deer, and tells her where to find her lake. But it's only on leaving him that Thompson is to discover the awful truth. This man is keeping a teenage girl, played by Laurel Marsden, prisoner, and Thompson is also to come across the man's even scarier wife, played by Judy Greer. So has Thompson's widow chanced upon the local equivalent of Psycho Hillbillies? Is this to be the Minnesota Chainsaw Massacre, or perhaps the Minnesota Ice Drill Massacre? In fact, these people's personalities and motivations are more complicated than that. Thompson's character herself has a bit more to show us. She is a tough, resourceful woman, used to the outdoors, used to the extreme cold, scared but not utterly discomposed at the sound of gunshots, and armed with a sense that, in an extreme situation, she might have less to lose than these people. And she also has a touch of ruthlessness. She knows how to trap people, how to use the lethal cold against them. And that's it from Locarno for today. Please subscribe and leave a comment, and please, oh please, buy my book, a collection of short fiction called The Body in the Mobile Library and Other Stories. Details given below. See you here tomorrow.